be. Your wish has come true. We are live. We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, live in the beautiful studios of the Henderson Financial Group. Joining me live here in living color. Yes, she is his, not a ghost. This is my co-host, partner, Linda V. Harris. Linda, how you doing? I missed you last week.
Yeah. Thank you for covering. That was very, very nice of you.
Yeah.
Out there in these streets trying to make connections and relationships and
In these streets, in the boardroom, or in the office, not the streets.
I mean
You mean in the meetings, not the streets. You don't literally mean streets.
I don't.
Yes.
Thank you, Robert, for cleaning me up. Boy, you could take the girl out the hood.
In these streets. She didn't mean that, really.
It's a metaphor. And I mean, just, in meetings and events and speaking engagements. So it's just a way to say it. You're right, though. People
So you're joining me this morning in some tea instead of coffee, huh?
Yes.
That's some lemon zinger. Yeah.
Lemon tea. I'm in solidarity with you.
Yes. Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You're stepping it up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. That's right. Lemon ginger.
Yes.
Zinger hot tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of frigid out here in South Florida, right?
Yes.
I think it's like 45 degrees.
It.
45 degrees in South Florida. Can you believe that? When the last time has it been 45 degrees in South Florida, right?
Another day in paradise. Feels really good, though.
Got a great show lined up for you today. Okay, so we are live. I hope we're live. I don't know. We're coming in late, man. It's Christmas. But I hope we're live. But anyway.
Folks out shopping, I guess. Spending that money.
At 9 a.m.?
Oh, the mall's open early.
They did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
And they're going to close at midnight or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't remember the last time I've been in the mall. Okay, today we're talking about solo 401k plans and profit sharing plans.
Nice.
And the reason why I want to talk about that, because you got one more week to set it up for the entire year. You can set it up. You got one more week because this is the last week of the year 2022. Wow, 2022. Never to see that again, right? 2022, year went by fast, but you still have
1980.
Yeah. 1990s, 1980s, 70s, 60s, yeah. And now it's 2020, it's going to be 2023. You made it, Linda.
I made it.
Yes. You still around, earning, yearning.
In the streets, as they say.
We're, all right, so today I want to explain and I want to talk about solo 401k plans.
Okay.
And why I think they're important, and a lot of people don't know that they don't know about solo 401k plans.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. Now, last week when you were out, I talked about reverse mortgages, and I talked about reverse mortgages, but I didn't get a chance to talk about reverse purchase mortgages.
Aha.
Yeah, that's
a new twist on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meaning that the reverse mortgage is when you own a home and you have a mortgage or don't have a mortgage, you can pull equity out and you don't have to make monthly payments until you die. And that's a good one, because how they gonna get it from you when you die? So you can live mortgage free. That's a reverse mortgage. The reverse purchase is if you see a house, a brand new house or used house, and you want to buy it, and let's say the house costs $400,000, then if you came up with, let's say, $100,000 or $150,000, you can put that down, especially if you got retirement money, and you can own that $400,000 and have no monthly payments with $150,000 down from the retirement money or inheritance or savings, and you have no monthly payments.
I can get that condo on the beach.
Yeah,
because I'm on the water, but I want to be direct where I put my foot in the sand.
You're not concerned about the tides and in the years, and they say in the next 20 years Florida could be under the water. You're not concerned about that?
No, I'll be enjoying it during those 20 years.
Let you live now, okay?
Yes.
Right. All right. So that's called a reverse purchase. That's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not used by a lot of people, especially people that look like you and I. But other people have been using that reverse purchase for 50 years.
So that also is a age requirement.
Yes, you have to be minimum 62 years old to do a reverse purchase.
Now,
Yes.
from what I read, I understand that reverse mortgage years ago wasn't so heavily leaned toward your credit and the score, but now it is. It's like they don't want you to be a credit criminal. There's some kind of accountability on the credit now.
Yeah, you can't
You
just be a
just can't
rogue.
just be, have federal debts out there and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be. It's a government plan, so you just can't be a rogue and like you just don't care. I mean, you can still have 600 scores. You can't. I mean, you don't have to have 800 scores or 700 scores, but they just want to know that you are
Gotcha.
acting like an adult and being responsible. Because when you do a reverse purchase or a reverse, just a reverse mortgage, you are responsible for making your insurance payment, homeowners insurance payments, and also the property taxes. But if you show any type of signs that you ain't gonna pay nothing, you ain't gonna pay nobody, then it's like a bad risk. It's a
And
problem.
they just sent a letter because, as you know, your mother-in-law has a reverse mortgage. They wanted proof that her HOA is up to date.
Yes. Yeah. They used to didn't do that.
Had this. This is the first time I have ever gotten that letter on mom's reverse mortgage.
Because with a reverse mortgage, you still can, even though you don't have a mortgage that you have to pay, you still have to adhere to the rules, and you still have to pay your property taxes, and you also still have to pay your homeowners insurance. But then you can have your house foreclosed on by HOA, the homeowners association. So if you are not paying them, they can actually take your house. They can foreclose. So when you get a reverse mortgage, any mortgage company want to make sure that you are up to par on paying, and handling your responsibilities as it pertains to that house and that mortgage. And it makes a lot of sense,
Merry Christmas, Parnell.
What's up, Pete?
He is a very loyal listener.
Yeah, not only does he listen, but he does. He's a doer. He's a doer.
Yes.
And his wealth has increased tremendously over the years.
Yes.
Because he pays attention. That just tells you that if you really want something, you have to put the time in it and you have to focus on it. But you have to take action. You can't just say, I'm going to, and I know I should have done it. No, you have to take action. Action does it,
He got himself a plan and he worked it.
Yeah.
He worked it.
And he
didn't just talk about it. He was about it.
And he has not stopped.
It hasn't stopped. More to come.
He has not stopped. So he has some large lot on his. He's going to build another unit on his lot.
Oh, he got one of those over.
Yes. And he was thinking about, okay, how can he not only serve more people,
absolutely,
but also profit at the same time.
You can do well while doing good.
That's right. And if you want to deal with money always deals with service. You can serve someone. You can design like a nice outfit, a nice blouse that you have on. Someone designed that and it caught your eye, and you parted with your money, your hard-earned money, to give that person that created that blouse that you have on. And that was a service. You're happy, the person happy. So service is the key. You find someone who says they don't have any money, I'll show you someone who ain't serving nobody. That's all you're doing. You're telling on yourself. And if you live in paycheck to paycheck, that means you're just serving enough to get paid for what you're getting paid. It really is. It really is. Because if you want to change it, you can change it. All you got to do is serve more people. Okay. Okay, who we got here? We got Tessney waking up here. Hey, happy Saturday.
Christmas
Eve. Carol, Courtney Kane. How you doing? Merry Christmas, Courtney. That's right, Christmas Eve. Y'all up bright eye. I don't know if the cold got you up or y'all just automatically get up.
But thank you for getting up, Carol Miller. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, so today we're discussing okay, so you think that's enough on they get it in terms of reverse purchase and reverse mortgages. I really love them, and those are some tools that you can really, really, really leverage.
I think they get
and make your life better. So let's talk about solo 401k plan. So Linda, let's pretend basically that you work for a county. Okay? You work for the county, and they have a 401k plan, because most people are familiar with an employer provided 401k plan or 403b plan or 457
Yeah, we
plan.
brag on it.
Right.
We brag on it. I
Okay.
got a 401k. 401k. I'm looking for a man with a 401k. 401k.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna compare your 401k
Okay.
with your employer,
Okay.
and then I'm going to compare it with someone who has a solo 401k. Okay.
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 No, because I think mine is superior.
Well, that's a good thing, and most people wherever they doing, they think it's the best. whatever they doing, they think they doing the best.
Okay.
I mean, because I guess they're supposed to think like
They're
that.
supposed to, right?
I guess
Why
if they
would you do
doing it,
something that you don't think
And
is?
a lot of people do it though. But anyway,
Okay.
all right. So let's say you have a traditional, Linda. Let's say you have a traditional 401k
Okay.
off from the company, right?
Absolutely.
Now, when you sign up, they gave you a list, a brochure of companies that are already who they're gonna do business with, whether it's Fidelity or Vanguard or T. Rowe Price. They've
They
already
gave
told
me a
you.
nice book. Somebody came into the office and we went to the break room and they showed me all the selections and the companies, the different mutual funds, the different, just all the various investment. And then they explained how much I'm allowed to put in,
Right,
the maximum amount.
right,
They are so nice to me that they said they'll match it,
right. A percentage.
a percentage. And
Right.
so I took advantage and put in what I needed to put in and have them deducted from my check so that I can get their match. And then I picked from the people that they said that they do business with,
The
the
funds,
Vanguards, the Fidelity.
Right, the different funds.
Right.
So the thing about it is when
Mhm.
when people sign up for the 401k,
Mm-hmm.
I would say 98% of people don't know about investments. They're not investment advisors, whether ABC fund or XYZ fund or a growth and income fund or what. Most
I
people
don't
don't
know
know.
what it is.
They don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then they asked us to pick. And
Right.
I didn't know what to pick.
so but you pick something, they'll tell you, and sometimes they'll tell you just to get a one of those conservative funds
Right.
or to get a bond fund.
Right. Because
And
most people ask, I don't want to lose no money. And then they just say, well, then this fund is the most conservative.
Right. And they'll say a government fund. And the government fund, and you'll pick that, and you hardly make no money. But
Exactly.
you don't lose no money, but you don't really grow
I
any
look
money.
in the year and it's okay. It's no money.
And then they have those dated funds where you can date a 2030.
Absolutely.
2040.
The target date funds.
Right.
I know I'm going to retire in 2040. And so they already gave me a package like order number one.
Like a
you
TV
order by
dinner.
numbers, like a TV dinner.
TV dinner.
Yep.
Right. Like a
Yeah.
TV dinner is already prepackaged.
So that made it easier.
Right. But you still didn't really understand it.
No. I just picked the day I'm retiring, picked the TV dinner, target date fund, and that was one of the choices. So
Now,
Mhm.
you would wonder, if you was a kid, if you inquisitive. See, I'm 64 years old, but I'm still very inquisitive. Like, why? I ask a lot of whys.
Mhm.
And how did this happen?
Mhm.
So when you're working for the employer, there's certain companies that try to vie and get that contract where they can actually offer 401 plans and packages and investments to all the employees.
To get that county contract
Right.
or that city contract. Absolutely.
Right. And that's business in itself. And when you go with Fidelity or Vanguard or T. Rowe Price or any other companies, we call that Wall Street still, because that's securities industry.
Okay.
And throughout the whole country, the system has says basically, you should have a 401k plan because you should put money away for your retirement. So when you get older, you'll have something, right?
Absolutely.
And that seemed logical.
Yeah.
The problem is that people are not really educated on how to invest and to make the proper selections.
Okay.
They're really not. But having a traditional 401k plan is still better than having nothing. You agree?
I agree.
Okay, so having this 401k plan, let's say if you're, 30 years old,
Mhm.
you know that you can't really, you contribute money to this every pay period. So let's just say for 2022, the max you can put into a 401k plan is $20,500 for the whole year. So let's just say you want to put in $10,000 because you feel like you only make $50,000 a year or $60,000 a year to put in 10,000. That's a nice chunk of your take-home pay that you're not going to be able to use, but you're putting it away for retirement.
Right.
So you make $60,000. Okay. So what you're going to do then, you're going to say, okay, you're going to put in $10,000 a year. So your payroll, your company where you work, that amounts to $830 a month. So they're going to say, okay, you get paid every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
So every 2 weeks out of your pay, your take-home pay, they're going to subtract $415.
Absolutely.
And they're going to actually put that inside of your 401k plan that you selected how much money you want to put in.
Right.
So that's $10,000.
Yes.
So $10,000 and you're 30 years old. So we know that once you put money in there, you can't, emergencies or whatever, you really can't take that money out and go shopping for the next 29 and a half years because you're 30 and you have to be 59 and a half to take that money out. Otherwise, you're going to pay a 10% penalty. And whatever money you take out, it's going to be taxable as income.
Okay.
Plus the 10%. Okay.
Plus the 10%. Okay.
All right. So you got that, right?
Yes, sir.
And most people understand that. So I would like a solo 401k. Now, the difference with a solo 401k is you still have the same rules in terms of the maximum you can put in for 2022 is $20,500
on your solo.
On your solo.
Okay.
Now, solo is, let's say for me and my wife, let's say I'm self-employed. I'm a barber, or I'm a beautician, or I'm Mr. Fix-It man, or I'm a lawn man.
Okay.
Or I'm a dentist, or I'm a private doctor, or I'm an attorney, one-man show,
okay.
Or I'm a consultant, or even I was working for the man, the county. Now I retired. Because I worked for the man for 30 years, and that money that I had in the government with my employers for 401k, I'm going to roll that over to a solo 401k because it's me by myself.
So hence the word solo, you by yourself.
Yes.
And you still know the importance of having a 401k. So you opened up or started a solo one.
Solo. A solo 401k means that it can only be me and my wife. I can't have any employees.
Okay.
So if I'm a lawn man or whatever, and if I do have employees, I have to give them a 1099 rather than a W-2.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So if I'm a beautician or a barber or Mr. Fix-It man, I need some help, or I have a solo 401k. If I do construction, I have a solo 401k for me. But anybody that helps me, I give them a contract, a 1099 pay. Okay.
Okay.
So you have a traditional 401k with your employer, right?
My employer. That's
okay.
right.
So now let's just say, and I have my solo 401k. I used to be with the employer, but after I left my employer, I didn't want to keep my money with the employer.
Okay.
I wanted to roll it over tax-free to a solo 401k.
Gotcha.
Now, the reason why I did that because I don't want to have all of my money inside of the stock market.
Okay.
While you are with your employer, all of your money is inside the stock market.
Yeah, because it's in that target fund.
Is that target fund? Whatever the market go up, down.
Yeah. I watch it too.
That's right.
Very volatile.
And it's stressful.
It's stressful.
So I used to be in that. I'm just making an example, y'all. If y'all just tuning in, we make an example. We're simulating exactly different, because today we're talking about what is a solo 401k plan. What is a solo versus just a regular 401k plan. So we want to play act this to give you a visual so you can understand it. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay. All right. So we're pretending that Linda worked for the man, the government, the state or the feds or whoever. Okay. And let's say I used to work for the state and the feds. We're pretending this. Okay, y'all. You got it? Pretending. I left. I retired after 30 years, but I didn't want to keep my money there to be in the stock market because I don't have any control. Because even though you pick those funds that your employer have for you, you don't drive the car. In other words, you don't make decisions. Whatever that's in that plan, the fund, they make the decisions whether the market go up or go down. You lose, look at your statement, you're up or down, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So when I was an employee and I had that, when I got ready to retire, I say, give me all my money. But the terminology is very important. You can't say, give me all my money, or you have to say, I want to roll my money over to a qualified plan.
Okay.
But this is a solo 401k plan. This is me. Now, if I was someone who still didn't know how to manage money, I still can roll it over to a solo 401k plan, and then I can call the Henderson Financial Group to help me to manage it.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
But the main thing is when you have a solo 401k plan, you are more in control, because I don't have, when I roll my money over, let's say it's $600,000-$700,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I rolled it over from an employer, now I can actually invest the way I want to do, because I'm the fund manager. In other words, I can get the Henderson Financial Group to help me to create something, that a plan or investment strategy that I personally want.
Gotcha. You can pick up the phone and talk to your partner, as opposed to it being part of a target fund where you really don't have a say.
Right.
And nobody's going to answer your call and say, I want to buy more Apple stock. That doesn't happen.
Right. No, you can't talk to
You can't
people.
talk to them people.
So with a solo 401k, having that, instead of having all your money in stocks, I could buy a CD, I could buy an annuity. I can actually say, I want to buy some stocks, but I can say, I want most of my money in real estate. I see an apartment building down the street.
What? I can't do that with my
No,
401k
you
that
can't.
my employer is providing and helping to match. I was very happy with that. But I too see an apartment building.
Right.
And I would love to, the money, I've been there 12 years now. I do see, my 10,000 a year. But I can't touch it.
No, if you were a traditional employer, you cannot touch your money. Let's say you're 30 years old. You cannot touch it until you're 59 and a half.
Right.
So that's 29 years that you're not the driver of your plan. You cannot have access. Me, when I have a solo 401k, I can actually buy real estate. I can buy cryptocurrency. I can be a hard money lender. I can lend money out to Pookie or micro lenders. I mean, I could do a lot. I can even buy life insurance with my solo 401k.
What?
Yes. And the life insurance premium, I could take a tax deduction for it.
What?
And I can put that in my solo 401k. Now, you know why traditionally you all can't do the regular 401k plans with your companies or 457 plans or 403 plans? Because they don't want to keep up with the paperwork. They don't want to keep up with the accounting. They don't want to do that because it's too many employees that work for the county and the state and the federal.
Yeah.
But when a solo 401k, I am the HR department of my own.
Gotcha.
If I need $50,000 out of my solo 401k, I don't have to go and write in and see, can I get approved? I am the HR department of my own solo. So there's a document that come in the package that says, if you want a $50,000 loan, I can take that loan and go to the casino. I can take that loan, do whatever I want to do to. I can take that loan and buy a car. I can take that loan for my own money, my own solo 401k, and pay off some bills that I want to.
Gotcha.
But I have to follow the rules. I have 5 years to pay myself back.
Gotcha.
You understand? But a traditional 401k, some people say, Robert, I can borrow from that too. Yes, you can. You got to get approved. You can borrow from it. Yes, you can.
And
you got to get approved.
Most likely, when I asked to borrow from it, there was an interest rate associated with it, and they're going to take a little more money out of my account so that I can pay myself back.
Yeah, they're going to automatically take
They're not giving me 5 years.
No, well, the rules say 5 years, but they're going to set up a payment plan.
They're going to set it up.
Where every pay period, you're paying back that money up to $50,000.
So I'm looking at our feed, and I'm seeing a lot of business owners. Good morning, Tracy Tompkins. I'm wondering if all of those entrepreneurs, the Parnells, do you have a solo 401k? It's a couple people on there that I know, doing their thing, business owners and entrepreneurs. Do you have a solo 401k? That's the question you should be asking yourself.
And then the thing about a solo 401k, when you have a solo 401k, it's for a business owner. But if you own one piece of property, a rental property, you consider a business owner.
Gotcha.
First of all, it shouldn't be in your personal name. You should probably have it in an LLC.
Okay.
So let's just say you have an ABC 29th Street LLC duplex.
Okay.
So now we'll set the solo 401k plan up for that LLC. So that LLC not only has a duplex, but it also has a retirement plan. And the money that comes in, the rental income that comes in from the duplex goes back in the solo 401k because I'm building it up.
I can't take it and go shopping when those tenants pay that rent because the asset is held in the solo 401k. They got to pay the rent back to the solo 401k.
That's true. An account, they're going to pay it. But the thing about it is, unlike 59.5 with a traditional IRA, with a traditional 401k plan, with a traditional SEP plan, if you have a solo 401k, you don't have to wait till you're 59.5. You can take money out at 55.
Whoa. Because that,
I'm saying take money out and just go shopping with it.
Yeah,
without a penalty.
Or go buy another building. Because, you know, when you see things very often, you got to strike while the iron is hot.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think yours may be a little more superior. Only the biggest thing is the choices of what you can do with your money in that solo 401k.
It gives you more control.
Yeah.
Because with your traditional employer provided 401k plan, you cannot buy life insurance and IUL with that and have a tax deduction for an IUL and build up more money. They won't let you do it. But with your solo 401k, it's a lot of things that you can do, and you can be very creative.
So I hear the people asking the question.
Okay.
Can you have both?
Yes.
So 401k, because my employer is providing one and I'm taking advantage. And because I do hair on the side, I'm setting up a solo for myself. And can I put 22,000 plus in both?
That's an excellent question. Here's the answer. The maximum contribution for a 401k plan for 2022 is $20,500.
20,000.
So let's just say in this, what we were just play acting, you said that you were putting in $10,000 a year from your employer plan.
Yes, sir.
So that gives you another $10,500 that you can contribute to your solo 401, your side hustle. Okay, if you put both of them together, it can't be more than $20,500. So $10,000 for your employer.
Okay.
They take it out of your pay every pay period. It takes $415 every 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's taking $830 a month. So that's $10,000 for the year.
Okay.
That's the employer. Then if you're doing hair on the side, you can have a solo 401k plan.
Okay.
Now you can put the other $10,500, you can actually contribute to that. So when you get in the hair, instead of paying taxes on it, you can take $10,500, not pay tax on that, and put it away for your retirement. So now you got two cooking.
So no, I can't do 20,000 here and 20,000 there.
No, the max total
gonna catch me
for 401k. But
okay. But oh boy, you always got the but there's more.
But
okay.
if you are at least 50 years old and your employer provided 401k, you can do a catch up. So you can put an extra 6,500. Okay, but if you don't want to do that, I wouldn't advise you to do that. I would advise you to put that extra 6,500 on the solo 401k plan because you can put more money in it and you have more flexibility.
Gotcha.
And there's more. Now, what's that? Let's say if you're not 50 years old.
Okay.
Even if you're not 50 years old, you're putting $10,500 in your employer provided solo 401k plan, right?
Absolutely.
And since you do hair on the side, you can also put another $10,500 because the maximum for the year of 401ks, whether it's solo or not, is $20,500. That's the elected. Okay, that's the elected amount that comes off payroll, comes from your gross income. Okay, reduce your gross income. Okay, so now you got $10,500, but there's more. The solo 401k plan, especially when you're doing hair on the side, you made extra money.
Right.
So profits. If there's a profit inside of your, a beautician shop,
right,
you can take some of the profit as profit sharing and put inside of your retirement and not pay taxes on the profits. That's why it's called a solo 401k plan.
Wow.
It's called a solo 401 profit sharing plan.
So that's in addition to and different from a solo 401k. So that's one entity,
part of it. No,
it's a part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All in one.
Okay. All in one.
All in one. All in one. A profit sharing.
So I'm not taxed on.
No.
'Cause I did a
You're
lot of weaves,
right.
and it about 45,000 worth of weaves,
Okay.
and now I got to pay taxes on that 45,000. But you saying no,
That's
that
right.
profit
First, you want to take the 10,500 elective,
check, okay,
take that out,
okay,
and then now you reduce your 45,000, right,
Mhm.
from side.
Mhm.
Okay, so now you still have profits, so you can take part of the profits and not pay tax on that too.
Ooh,
You can actually put that inside a retirement plan, solo 401k. And the good thing about it is you can say where you want this money invested. You can lend it out. You can lend it out and be a hard money lender, or you can actually go and buy, tax deeds or tax liens or
see, that is not an option with the 401k plan from my employer.
Right.
It's just not.
No. The traditional 401k plans, I liken them to TV dinners. They're boxed in. Whatever's in the package is in the package. That's it.
But we agree it's something.
No, it's something. It's better than nothing.
But most people have a side hustle, Rob, and even the so-called wealthy. They are wealthy because they're doing multiple things.
Yes.
And so, like I said, most people on our feed, you really can.
Well, the whole solo 401k plan is really designed to give business owners more bang for their buck.
Gotcha.
In America, if you haven't figured this out now,
what?
America is a business, entrepreneur, corporation country. It's business first. Because when you've heard if you're on the airplane and the plane has a lot of turbulence and it loses altitude, who do they tell to put the mask on? When the mask, they say put it on the child if you were the child, or put it on yours first.
The adult first.
And why do you think they say put the mask on the adult first?
I mean, how can you help the child if you're not protected first? You see what you're doing, you could breathe. Now you can go assist someone else.
Okay, I'm getting somewhere with this.
Okay.
America says first help business entrepreneurs first.
Okay.
Then you can be strong to help the workers.
Gotcha.
But first, business owners, corporations, entrepreneurs get all the glory.
Gotcha.
Because they're the adults.
Gotcha.
They help make America America.
Gotcha.
With the entrepreneur, with the creativity, with the design, with the development, with the new inventions, all of that. So U.S. tax codes say they are the adults and they get special privileges. And if you just work to help the adults, then you get less privileges, you pay more taxes.
Gotcha.
Now that is I'm gonna tell you something. What I just said to you all, that is the God's honest truth. And the system does not make any apologies for it. It's the same concept as if you're on a plane and you have an adult and you're an adult and you have a minor with you and there's a lot of turbulence. The rule is when the air mask drop, don't put it on the kid, because you put it on the kid and the kid surviving, you go on, you're unconscious, the kid left alone and can't, navigate. So that's not good. Always make you strong. As a matter of fact, biblically, if you want to help somebody, if you're on the side of a cliff, you in Colorado and you slipped on the side of the cliff and you hanging by your fingers just before you won't drop.
Right.
Somebody walk by and you say, "Help! Give me your hand to pull me up." And here's this little frail 65-pound weakling man, and you holding on, and you weigh double him, and he is just frail. Are you going to lift your hand off that cliff and hand it to him?
Doesn't look safe.
Doesn't look safe. As opposed to,
I tell him to go get somebody.
See that? The man like, no, I can help you.
No, go.
As opposed to a muscle man, somebody who look like, got some meat on him,
Absolutely.
who looks healthy,
Absolutely.
a bodybuilder.
Absolutely.
And he comes and says, "Linda, I see you hanging off the edge of this cliff. Give me your hand. Are you more confident with that person?
Yes, sir.
Because that person has made themselves strong.
Mm-hmm.
So metaphorically, it's important for us to first help ourselves. Be something, make something out of your life, have some worth. So then you can help your loved ones, your family, your community. So America
Mm-hmm.
took that same notion and said, listen, we're going to give all the tax breaks,
Mm-hmm.
all the benefits for
Mhm.
business owners, entrepreneurial people, people who are developing phones, technology, people who are feeding oil, people who are helping pushing the wagon to make America be America. We're going to value them first, and we're going to give them all the tax breaks. But you who work and 9 to 5 and go home and watch TV, you have to come to somebody like the Henderson Financial Group so we can educate you on how to get these tax breaks. And you have to be, it's going to have to be in service. If you don't want to open a business, at least provide real estate shelter for someone. That's the back door. That's the easiest way rather than, doing hair or baking cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can backdoor and get some of these tax breaks because it's all about not so much how much you make, it's how much you keep, isn't it?
It really is. That's why when I was listening to you going over the tax strategies and you going, but there's more, those taxes and this strategy is so important, Robert, to be able to do a profit sharing. And I just made another 40,000 doing weaves, and I don't have to be taxed on the entire 40,000, and it's legal.
And you get to put the money somewhere and
it's
invest the
still
money.
my money.
It's legal. Isn't that something?
And so now I hear the people saying, because I'm dealing with the people. Good morning, everyone. Linda, please call me on WhatsApp after the podcast. Still in Exuma. Okay, good deal. Good deal. She's in Exuma. Lily Mae Vickers, one of the clients. But very often, Robert, people get in trouble with taxes. They don't want to pay the government all of those taxes, but there's a way to do it from what you're saying legally.
Yes.
And where it benefits you.
Yes.
So you still, if you're going to go and you're looking to buy something, the bank will say, I see you made 40,000 on the side, and I see you still have it, and I see you have a profit sharing. It still makes you look good to any lender out there.
It does.
It makes you look like you're on top of your game. You know what you're doing. And these days, people loan money to people who don't need it.
That's right.
So once you go in there and show that I'm making money, but I know how to keep it, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I mean, it
speaks volumes.
I can go to the bank and say I need 500,000. I ain't got to put no collateral up. The signature.
What?
And the reason why that is because I condition.
He's a credit snob, you guys.
But this is a plan. I mean, you can't just be making money and spending all your money and driving it down the street. You have to build assets. I mean, the whole name of the game is that you want your money to work for you. Mm-hmm. And each and every one of us should be dedicated to that. I mean, when you get a pile of money, your thing's supposed to be, okay, how I'm going to make this money work for me and help other people. I'm telling you. I like the strategy because it's service. And it says, if you're helping other people.
Well, my weed business is helping. That's a service.
Yeah, it is. It's making people feel good, self-esteem.
Good. Yeah.
They're thinking they're somebody who they're not, but to make them got them, their self-esteem comes up,
Absolutely.
And that's why you can make a lot of money in the beauty supply business. And beauty supply, as long as you have a business. Mm-hmm. Now, for the solo 401k, you don't have to have an LLC. You can have a sole proprietorship.
Oh, wow.
You can bake cookies and still get that. See, a lot of people, and they don't explain this to you. And the reason why, you cannot fault the system for not explaining it to you because you're not 16 years old. You're grown. You're over 21 years old. And all throughout the world, all the ancient texts, all the books tell you that you have to ask, you have to seek, and you have to knock. Mm-hmm. If you think that you know everything that there is to know, that's a sign of ignorance. Knowing that you don't know what you don't know even exists, that's the first sign of wisdom. And that's why you seek help and say, listen, I don't know.
Right.
And I know there is a way because other people are prospering. Please help me and show me the way. You can't say, no, I don't believe it, or why I haven't heard this before.
Right,
if
right,
it's going to
right.
benefit you, you better hope somebody going to tell you something you ain't heard before.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That makes life exciting to me. That's why it's so good to get out your comfort zone, meet new people. You want new things to be introduced to. You like this solo 401k or the profit sharing, that's a piece of it. All this stuff is really, really important as we have 2 or 3 jobs out here and everybody hustling, and it takes 2.5 incomes per household to even make ends meet these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember my second divorce. Both divorces, my credit score just took a hit, like Freddy Krueger credit. And I remember, to your point, saying, I got myself a plan in 1 year, because most of the creditors want to see you being a good little boy or girl for a year, paying on time. Things will drop off, and within a few years. But I remember saying, no way, Jose, I am getting part of that 700 club. I know what it is now. And I sat down and I looked at, the debt said, the marriage left. And I'm like, in 1 year, this will be different. And it was. And
you had a plan.
You got to get yourself a plan. You got to get yourself a plan. And in 1 year, I'll be able to qualify for this by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, some of y'all listening in Facebook and YouTube land, you might be saying that you're going to go to Fidelity, or you want to go to Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade, or you want to go, the Vanguard, and they will tell you that they offer solo 401ks. What you'll find out is that their solo 401ks is just like an employer solo 401k.
The investment houses?
Yes.
Because you're still an employee.
Well, then see, when you do a solo 401k, let's say as an independent person,
okay,
the bookkeeping is on you. In other words, if you buy this property, sell this property, buy another property, sell another property, you just got to keep records.
You got to keep records, yeah.
Can you imagine Fidelity or Vanguard keeping records on millions of people? The millions of people got out there doing whatever they want to do. They can't keep them records.
Absolutely.
So they say, no. The solo 401k that we have, you can roll it over to the solo 401k that Fidelity or Vanguard have, but you limit it to what you can do.
Gotcha.
That's why you should come to the Henderson Financial Group to do a real independent, I'm free solo 401k, because you really are the boss and you are the you don't have to report to anybody but yourself. You know what I mean? And then there's a company that we set the paper. They'll set the paperwork and create all the paperwork. We don't get a dime out of that. They actually create the paperwork and set it up. And then what we do is we tell you, here's some strategy, how to diversify it based on your personal risk tolerance and your goals and your objections and your timing. And I don't understand how someone who's in the 20s or 30s will want to do a traditional 401k plan. And even if they do, if your company's going to match at 5%, that's all you should be putting in there up to the match. The rest of that money, if you want to get a tax deduction, you should be saving that money and putting that money into a solo 401k plan or even an IUL, because an IUL gives you some of the same benefits in terms of tax-free.
Gotcha.
But people don't know this because they don't ask.
Right.
And they don't seek. And most people just follow other people, which it should give you an indication that 95% of the people are not rich and wealthy. But 95% of the people follow the other 95% of the people and get advice from the 95% of the people. Only 5% are rich and wealthy. So most people that are around you, 9 out of 10, you shouldn't be following their orders, doing what they're doing.
I think people deep down, as we getting up, brushing our teeth, getting in traffic, going to work and repeating, they know that there's something missing. They know that it's got to be a better way. I don't quite know how or even what question to ask or how to phrase it, but this can't be it.
Yes.
I think a lot of people look at, I made 200,000, I'm a director or I'm a fire chief or lieutenant, and I only took home this and I paid this much in taxes. Something isn't right. And they're right.
They're right.
And they're right.
That's a hunch.
That's just
But
that
they,
little.
but they don't. They don't.
But
act
they don't
on
take
hunch.
it a step further
Exactly.
and call someone like the Henderson Financial and say, wait, something ain't right. And even though they are doing a side hustle, most firefighters I know do electrical work, or they got a real estate license. There is something else you can do. A lot of us are like, no. Something isn't right. How come? How is this legal? I mean, I go that far to say this ain't right.
Well, and another thing, Linda, you're right. People know there's something not right. Somebody's doing something. How people
It's got to be a better way.
Right. And so wisdom comes first thing. You got to ask questions.
Okay.
And you got to say, hey, I got to find out. That's what happened to me. I'm like, no, I know. I mean, when I was young, I was like, nah, man, they give you 3% raises, and I'm 22 years old, and the rest of my life, nah, I can't do what everybody else doing.
Yeah, something.
I couldn't
wrap your brain around
it. I
it.
just could not think like everybody else that I was around doing, because it was like cattle marching into the slaughterhouse. I wasn't going to get in that line. That's how I visualize it. But the thing is that think about this.
Okay.
There's so many people that had to pay $5,000, $3,000, $10,000, $80,000 every year because they go to the same accountant, and the accountant says you're making more money and you owe taxes. And if your accountant not telling you how to correct from paying taxes to the government last year, and you had to pay the year before, and now you saying you pay every year, that should tell you that person is not giving you good advice, because an accountant's supposed to be able to help you improve your life. That's like going to church and you still broke. You've been going to church.
You go to church to save your soul, not to make money. You mean you still broke? You still broke?
No, I believe you go to church to gain to save your soul, salvation, but I believe you go to church to get wisdom and understanding, to live better and do better, and to share and love. I do believe that.
Okay.
There's a lot of other prosperous religions that believe that also.
Oh, the prosperous ministry is huge. It's huge. That's why the pastors don't apologize for having the Bentley.
Yeah, but that's money that the pastor that's the board bought the Bentley for the pastor. That's something else. I'm saying if you're sitting in church and you've been sitting there and you still living paycheck to paycheck and you still broke, that's an indication that wherever you are, if you're not growing, if you're not growing at the Henderson Financial Group, like I'll ask Tonio, Heisey, you, Tavares, we ask, what have we learned this year that we didn't know last year? And it's always something.
Yeah, if you say nothing, then that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
And how have you?
What's the problem?
And are you making more money this year than you made last year? Because you should be growing.
You should be growing.
And if you're going to a church, wisdom and understanding. That's what the whole story of the Bible talks a lot about love and money.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Yes, of course.
Not the love of money. Not the love of money, but what money can do.
Gotcha.
Okay, so anytime if you go into an accountant and last year you paid $5,000 and the year before you paid $5,000 and this year you should figure you're going to pay $5,000, you got the wrong accountant.
Yeah.
Look, that's like you going to the dentist and your teeth is crooked as all outdoors and you got cavities. And every year you go to the dentist with cavities and he ain't saying nothing or she ain't saying nothing. He ain't trying to help you to improve the situation. Wherever you going, you should be learning and getting some improvement. I don't care where it is. You should be learning and improving your life.
And like I said, it's always something intuition especially for my women out there, we have that powerful thing called female intuition, women's intuition, and we kind of know, nah, he ain't right, something not right. How can I keep more of my money? DeLawrence Moore says this was happening to me until Mr. Henderson looked over my taxes.
That's right. And this guy
Mm-hmm.
has a wonderful, paint and body, collision business.
Oh, wow.
And the accountant says, okay, you got to pay X amount of money in taxes. And I took a look at him and said, all you had to do is do a solo 401k. You could even do a SEP and wipe that debt out.
Ooh,
Now,
ooh.
when you question accountants, accountant says, Robert, we don't have time to do that. We got to get these returns out.
Yeah,
We're not
it's a numbers
advisors.
game. Yeah,
They say they're
gotta
not
clock them.
advisors.
Yeah,
They say they're just doing it, debits and credits. What comes in, what pluses and minuses. If you got more, you owe. That's it. That's what they do. He says, Robert, we don't have time. A CPA
send them
told me
to
that.
Henderson Financial.
But a lot of times they're afraid to send them to Henderson Financial. They think I'm gonna take their clients. I don't do personal tax.
Right.
I don't want to take. I don't want to do personal tax. I could look at a tax. It's like being a doctor, and I'm the X-ray technician.
Okay.
I could read a chart, and I'm saying, no, you gotta artery or clog right there. I can look at the MRI.
Okay. But you can't do the surgery. So you saying
Right.
I don't do taxes,
I don't do taxes.
but I can certainly look at the chart
That's why.
and make some recommendations.
That's why I love Larissa. That's why Larissa, we're such a great team.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When I say we're such a great, Larissa was a godsend. Larissa will have a case and she would call a specialist in.
Okay.
She's good at what she do. I'll ask her questions. She asks me questions. We say, we got it. I mean, that's some good stuff, man.
Good.
That's some team stuff.
You gotta ask.
Larissa said, Rob, I need another $27,000 deduction. I got it down. What can you do? And I said, okay, I got an idea. That's like talking to, we're medical financial physicians.
Gotcha.
And we all have our specialty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to communicate. And the worst thing about it is a lot of people come in at the last minute emergencies. It's good throughout the year to take care of your body and get checkups.
Yeah.
Instead of coming in at the end.
Yeah.
And you
want to go to the New Year's party and look good in your dress, and now you're doing a crash diet.
Yeah, you 500 pounds, and now you want to get down to 150.
Yeah,
in 1 week. You know what I mean? You should have been eating proper all week. That's the best. So planning is just like
you gotta get yourself a plan and work your plan, and it all kind of, we keep going back to that. You got to get yourself a plan and work your plan. Time is going to pass regardless. It's what we do with it that counts. So work your plan.
So I hope you guys learned something about a solo 401k versus a traditional 401k. There is a difference, and the government and the system that is set up really favors business owners. If you don't understand that, you better ask somebody. Our tax code, why do you think there are different brackets? Why do you think there are LLCs that's taxed at a certain level, same income? $100,000 that you make and you have an individual, you'll pay less, you'll pay a different tax than someone who has 100,000. That same 100,000 and it's coming into an LLC.
Gotcha.
That same 100,000, if you getting it through, you have a C corporation, that's gonna pay a different tax. The same corporation, if you have it coming in as a partnership, it's gonna have a different tax. The same $100,000 if you have it coming through an S corp, it's gonna pay a different tax. So it's got to be something. Something's up. Really, they didn't make these different weapons and did different strategies and these different structures for nothing. They serve a purpose. It's like you got a swim trunks, then you got a winter coat, then you got a Sunday, a funeral outfit. You know what I mean? They made them for different occasions.
Absolutely.
So if you think about, we don't have a flat tax.
No, we
so
don't.
It depends on how you make the money, how you channel it, how you navigate it to save or pay more taxes.
Gotcha.
That's
we are the Henderson Financial Group. Listen, we live and breathe this, guys. Full service financial planning firm. 305-825-1444. 305-825-1444. Try not to charge too much out there on this Christmas thing, guys.
Or using the credit cards.
man,
Mr.
man,
Joseph
man.
Kierfield, you right, bro. You came right in time. He said, "Thanks, Mr. Henderson, for your help." Yeah, that's right. You came, yeah, you're right. You're right. We still got to finish this out. You can do it. You can do it. Act, seek, knock. That's what it's all about. And Linda, as you were saying,
Mhm.
it amazes me that so many adults still participating in this whole Christmas bounty, this whole Christmas
I
just
know.
overcharging stuff. You know what I mean?
know.
I'm so glad your sister is
Oh
the
man,
way
you
she
got a
is.
good one.
Oh man,
Oh man.
man,
Yeah.
she not with
yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
No.
I just, but she likes soft pajamas.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I don't have to go out and get diamonds and pearls and all that kind of
And that's
stuff.
something, and all the designer purses and
See,
shades and shoes, and it's just
it's
a lot out there, guys. Don't let them just advertise to where you feel you got to have this or that or carry this purse. Please don't.
And
Don't.
this year I want you guys to just do a test.
Okay.
So Christmas is tomorrow.
Yes.
I want you guys to see how the prices drop after Christmas. Just one day.
Ooh, yeah, I've been visiting various things, especially for the condo. I just go look, and I'm watching, and I'm tracking those prices.
That is amazing. And it's amazing
I'm
how they
tracking it.
drop
Yeah.
so much. It's like they Jedi mind, not children.
Well, they want that baby or that husband or that young lady to open it up on Christmas Day, and we put a lot of emphasis. Like, girl, I used to be that girl. He didn't get me anything for Christmas under the tree. I didn't have anything to open up and go, oh my God. But to your point, just wait a couple days.
So what if the man would have told you, listen, Linda, I want to get you that, but I want to buy it after Christmas, but I'm going to get you that. What would you say? Would you frown on that?
In
Would
the
you call him
day,
cheap?
I would have been like, no, it's Christmas. I want it on back in the day. The younger Linda that was caught up would have wanted it and would have placed importance on having it December 25th.
At what age you think you should phase out of that?
Oh, what, 24, 25, when you really got bills to pay and mom and them gone, and yeah.
So by the time you
20s for sure.
if you get it the day after Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Or in June 3rd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just follow pay attention to your personal emotions
Mhm.
round about now in terms of the need to part with your money. I'm telling you, just I want y'all to just do a test.
Mhm.
Broadway say 70% off. He's exactly right. If I buy something today and then a day after Christmas is 70% off, I would feel like they ripped me off. I feel like I've been had. But they do this to people all over the world.
Yeah.
And guess what? Y'all keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have a lot of respect for people, the power of the system, because they say that you're like cattle, you're gonna do the same thing because you follow 95% of the people who won't have nothing.
Mhm,
You get
mhm.
advice from them.
Mhm.
So really they keep putting it out there. They keep putting all in your face, and then once you I would say, especially after 40 years old, after you're 40 years old,
Mhm.
I think 40 is such a pivotal time and age for growth and development. I think at 40, you're supposed to say, okay, I done did that, done that. I've been a
beautiful
fool.
age.
It's a beautiful age
It
to
is
wake
a
up.
beautiful age.
Because you could have been in La La Land, dizzy, you know.
Yeah. I mean, to have that much experience under your belt, but
Yes.
still got a lot of
Living,
future and
yeah.
living to do.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful age.
Yeah. And at 50, you're supposed to be able to say, okay, I done figured this out. They can't jet out. They can't fool me no more.
Yeah.
But you know, people are 60 and 70 still acting like they 16.
They still want to see a bow on a big Lexus truck when they come out there for Christmas or December to remember. I mean, the ads.
It's all about emotions, The people play on your emotions and you
I'm
later
not
on.
like that.
No?
And so
No, you're
so-
not like that. You like real estate,
Yeah.
You like Broadway. Y'all real estate people. Y'all like development. Y'all service.
So to my future husband, you don't have to be Christmas Day. I don't need a big bow on the Benz in the driveway. You know
Half
what
of
I
the
mean?
stuff you don't need anyway.
Yeah.
Think about it. Really.
And as you get older, you really supposed to realize that.
You should. I think that's a sign of maturity too. As you get older,
Mhm.
I think a lot of the material things you should have experienced how they wear out and fade and get old.
You can't fit in that dress anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's what time and wisdom is supposed to give you. Where you're not getting excited about a yo-yo anymore. You're not excited about, something shiny anymore because you've done that. You went through that and you went through that phase, and it's okay. But when you're 50 and 60 and you still going off that, then you got to ask yourself, why are you still so lit up about something that changes and fades away? I am more interested in things that you can't even see.
Yeah, when I'm approached by a gentleman, and the first thing to impress me is trinkets and things and this watch, and I kind of look like, oh no, he hasn't evolved yet. It is so important. Um,
He's over 40 years old,
yeah,
and he still
yeah,
wants to bling bling and show you
yeah,
just like a little boy.
Yeah, it's
Shiny stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That means, I guess that means a lot. But anyway, listen. Okay, we're out of time. Listen, I want you to stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. James T and myself are coming up next at 10:15 for Understanding Money Part 2. We're going to recap and talk about even more things. Linda, you got a fantastic week. But you're gonna be over my house tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
Christmas breakfast.
You gonna fire up that outdoor fireplace?
The fire pit. You know it.
Yeah, that's gonna. Ooh, I already got my little all ready to sit out. I got my little throw, and it's gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah, because the TV out there, you can watch
TV's
some
out
basketball
there,
games.
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's nice chilly. I mean, it's 45 degrees. I don't know if it's this morning it was 45 degrees, so I don't know. It's supposed to heat up a little more today. But listen, hey, don't be no fool.
Yeah, don't go
and
out
spend
there
all your money for one day, and don't charge all this stuff with them 19 and 29% interest rates that they're charging you. Don't do that, because you make the people rich. You make the business owners rich. Okay, you make the business owners rich because they don't pay that much for it. They get it for way much cheaper. So be smart. Okay, really. We love you all. Have a happy Merry Christmas, and we'll be talking to you before the new year. Stay tuned. We love you. Peace and be safe.
Be safe.